When it comes to holiday entertaining, deciding on what to serve is easy, but deciding what wine to pair with your holiday hors d'oeuvres can be tricky. Experts say that knowing what wine to pair with your food will not only enhance the flavors of all your food, but will elevate the overall dining experience for your guests.
Oh, here to show us how to pair the right wine with your holiday meal is wine specialist, friend of the show.
Hello.
You've been on enough. You're friend of the show.
Honored to be here.
Wanda Mann. Hello, darling.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
My favorite part of the show.
I was going to say, how important is pairing the right wine with the right food, especially if you're going to switch it up over the course of the night?
Well, wine and food are meant to go together. We forget that. That's really, wine doesn't need to stand by itself, even though it can. So I like to think of these as guidelines because we all have different palates, but there are certain guidelines that you'll see as we taste through. You'll understand a bit of the science as to why certain types of wines work with certain foods.
We're doing the science today.
That's right.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean you can't break the rules. I always encourage people to have fun, but it's nice to have a good foundation just to know.
Okay, what's some of the biggest mistakes people make when they're pairing their food with their wine?
They kind of believe maybe old rules. So it's like, oh, you can't have red wine with fish. Not true.
Can you say that loud for my fiance?
You can have red wine with fish. So a lot of it depends on the type of preparation, the type of sauce. Also, overthinking it. If you have a pairing that you really like, don't let me or anyone else tell you, oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
If it tastes really good to you while you're watching Netflix and with your friends, go for it.
Okay. What kind of wine do you like?
Yes. There's wine for every occasion,
If the
right?
grape is fermented, you like it.
The answer is yes.
What are we starting out with
since it's the holidays, we have to start with champagne.
Well,
of course.
well.
So this is Telmont Reserve de la Terre, reserve of the earth, or earth's reserve.
Thank you.
So when we talk about sparkling wine, champagne, of course, is the blueprint, right?
Yes.
So cheers, let's do a holiday toast.
Cheers, cheers,
Cheers.
So what I love about champagne really is so versatile. We tend to think of it as a monolith. And we tend to forget that it is actually a wine, that it's not just for a toast. So I picked Marcona almonds because champagne tends to work really well with salty things.
Yes.
So Marcona almonds, chips,
I was going to say,
caviar.
I love champagne and potato
chips. And often champagne will have a little bit of nuttiness in it, right? So I find it's a really good complement.
Dangerous.
The acidity in the champagne, that nuttiness, I think it's just a really beautiful pairing.
Okay, I must like it because I'm going back in.
Yes. And who doesn't love Marcona almonds?
You like that?
Oh my God.
Yes, so it's a good one.
Just said, it's dangerous.
Next up.
All right, so the only rule I will say is ABC. Always bring Chardonnay, right?
Really?
Always bring Chardonnay.
Okay.
Chardonnay, I think sometimes, people, it's all the same. It's not, right? It comes from different regions, different styles, and here we have a classic Sonoma-Cutrer from the Russian River Valley, right?
Let's try it.
One of the most well-known
Thank you. Areas for Chardonnay. And you're pairing it with a cheese, a soft cheese.
Because what I love about this wine, it has a little bit of thyme and oak. It has some spice. It's a little creamy. And this is kind of a milder cheese. Has that good acidity. I'll talk about acidity a lot because it cuts through the fat. But I think it complements. It's almost like having the fruit platter in the glass with the cheese, right? The cheese is kind of the canvas, but they really complement each other.
Okay. Yes, yes, and yes. I'm saying yes and yes. Okay? You like that, Nelson?
I'll let you know.
I know. Now we're moving into red.
Now we're moving into it. So, Banfi Chianti Classico Reserva. I love Chianti Classico, Sangiovese grape. This is really such a versatile wine. And here we go. There you are.
You don't have enough hands, Nelson.
Oh, I do. Don't you worry.
Okay.
So, of course, Italian wine, this one's kind of easy. Works beautiful with cured meats. We have a selection of salami here. There's almost like a sweetness to the meat as well. And often with this wine, you'll get a little bit of red fruit, cherry flavor. It's not too oaky.
Quick question. What do you do first? Take a bite of your treat or a sip of your wine?
I like to taste the wine first.
Okay. Yes, he says. Hi. We're going to cheers. Hi.
Oh, now you're choosing. I thought we did it once and then maybe ended with it.
Then have a bite.
Sip.
To see how they go together.
And then a little bite. Okay.
But again, a good charcuterie, so any type of cured meat is a great match with a Chianti Classico, especially this one. It's not too heavy, not too oaky, but I think they really complement each other.
Now, I almost stole one of these cookies before the segment even.
Tis the season, tis the season.
What do we have here?
We have beautiful sugar cookies and Moscato di Asti, right? So this is from Marengo, this is the Scarapona. So there's Moscato, which is grown all over, but Moscato di Asti is kind of a very significant area. So this is a sweet wine. It's peachy, has a little bit of
a little effervescence.
Little effervescent, a little fizz. Sweet and sweet work well together.
Can I take take one
Yeah,
now?
please.
At least I'm being honest about the fact that I was going to steal it.
Because when you pair a dry wine with something sweet, it tends to, have you ever been to a wedding where they serve wedding cake and a really dry
Yes.
champagne?
Ah.
And it leaves that metallic taste in your
Yes.
mouth. So sweet and sweet.
Nice.
Let's go with the cookie.
Last but not least.
Last but not least,
Gingerbread
we're getting
almond.
into, I love the gingerbread men, they're so cute. So this is War's Ultimo 10-year-old tawny port.
Oh.
Right, people hear port, they get a little
They
scared.
get nervous.
Thank you.
Not
Comes
me.
in different styles.
me.
You can serve-
You've changed the era of my ways.
Wonderful.
That's nice. I know. She's good.
You can serve it slightly chilled or at room temperature.
One
But it-
last cheers.
cheers.
Cheers to the holidays.
But it has that nuttiness, that dried fruit, a hint of spice. Again,
Sorry,
everything with
gingerbread
good
man.
acidity. I think it's a great match with gingerbread. You could also do it with chocolate.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. You should study wine. You should work in the wine industry. In fact, I think you might have a
You know what? I'll make a
you
New
might
Year's
find
resolution.
some success in it.
I'll give it a try.
Thank you so much.
Perfection yet again. Thank
I
you
think
so
you're
much.
knocking off some people on your Christmas list with some
Oh,
of these.
this is the easy part. I told her I'd take a picture of everything, and that's what I get people. Makes it
We're
easy.
always available. If you have any questions, you know where to find
For more
me.
information on wining and dining, make sure to follow Wanda on Instagram at Wine Dine Wanda.